Hi, once again thanks for joining me, and what I want to do for the next 5 minutes is really focus on an exam skill, and that's essay writing. And so what we're going to do is look at 5 simple and easy steps for you to follow to write a good paragraph for an A-level essay. So, step 1 of this process is what I'm going to describe as the topic sentence. What is your argument? What is the point you are making at this stage of the essay? And you need to be really clear with that with a very clear opening sentence. What do you want to say to the reader? What do you want to say to the examiner? What point or what argument are you now introducing? Because that really is going to set up the rest of the paragraph for you. It allows us then to move on to step 2. Step 2, we're going to look at providing evidence to support that point that you've made. What can you use now? Can it be a quote? Can it be some factual data? Can it be statistics that really support the point you've made at the beginning is accurate, is correct, and is relevant? Quite often this detail is what will make the difference between an essay being okay, perhaps a grade C when we get to exams, to something that's really good and stands out, and an A or an A star. So you need something here that is relevant to the point that you've made, a good piece of evidence. So then we move on to step 3. We now need to explain why that evidence is relevant to your essay. Why is it significant? Why do you want to draw the examiner or a reader's attention to that piece of evidence? And this is where you're going to show your analysis. You're going to show your depth of knowledge. You're going to be able to explain why a piece of evidence is relevant to the argument and how that connects to that wider argument. And this really is an opportunity for you to show your own knowledge and to show your own level of analysis. Again, similar to when we were talking about the evidence, this explanation, this analysis is what's going to make you stand out from a C through to an A or an A star. You really need to be showing a good, in-depth level of analysis with regards to your piece of evidence. After that, we're going to move on to step 4 and look at some considerations about that essay. So, step 4, and I'm describing this as the connection, the flow in an essay. Quite often, an essay I describe as a journey. You're taking the reader through an argument from the start, your introduction, to the end and your conclusion. And you want that journey to be smooth, and each paragraph needs to flow. So it's important the paragraph that you've written connects and flows with the previous paragraph and leads the reader through to the next paragraph. So for example, in one paragraph, you might introduce an argument, and that flow would be to give a counter argument now. And it's really important that each paragraph has that connection and that flow, flowing from one paragraph to another, and that connection back to that starting argument. And then finally, we're going to look at step 5. So step 5 of this really good paragraph that you are writing is what I call coherence and precision. You don't want your paragraph to ramble on. We need to keep it what I describe as tight. It needs to be relevant. Don't forget, In exam conditions, you've not got much time to write your essay. Therefore, each paragraph needs to be very clear and to the point. Don't allow your sentences to ramble on. Make sure they are very clear in the argument they're making. And also, make sure the language you're using is precise. If you're subject to specific terms, specific technical knowledge, you need to be using that in your essay because you're showing the examiner you understand those key terms. And once again, that's that difference between a C and an A star, showing a relevant understanding of the language and the key terms with regards to your subject. So there we are, 5 clear steps for you to write a good paragraph for an A-level essay. Step 1, your topic sentence. Make sure you introduce your argument well. Step 2, provide evidence to support what you've said in your initial sentence. Secondly, you need to now conduct some explanation, some analysis of the evidence that you've provided. Ensure that then your essay, your paragraph, connects back to that main title, back to that main question, and also flows from one paragraph to another. And finally, make sure that your paragraph is coherent. Make sure the sentences aren't going on too long. Make sure that it makes sense to you and to the examiner afterwards. And also make sure that the language you're using is precise and technical terms, the correct names, the correct language you use with regards to your subject. There we go. 5 ways to write a great paragraph at A-level. Thanks very much. Bye bye.